Good evening, everybody. It's another day of live streaming. I've done quite a few lately. The Blackhawks game last night, did a few over the weekend, and tonight we got a Monday night game here on Thanksgiving week. The New Jersey Devils at home to play the Edmonton Oilers. Now, I got a lot of things I want to cover here in this about 7 minutes we got until puck droppers. So here at 6 o'clock on the central side of the time zones, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Early game today. Probably the first 2 periods I'd say I'm planning on doing. As you can tell, I switched my studio from my basement all the way up here to my room. So the lighting isn't the best, but it should be pretty fun. The Devils, obviously the best team, one of the best teams in the NHL. And the Oilers, not only 10 points behind them. So let's get into a bit of a pregame show here. Another thing I'd like to mention before we get going is I'm posting a behind the scenes of this live stream on my on my live channel as well. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. But let's cover a few topics here first for the visiting Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers have announced their starting goalie, Stuart Skinner. He is the backup of Jack Campbell, nicknamed Soupy. Came over from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Rough start to the season. For goals allowed above expected, he's actually, I believe, the worst in the NHL in that category, goalie-wise. Well, let's move to some of the brighter spots of this Oilers team. They're fast. They can score. We'll get to that in a minute, but sitting at a 10-8-0 record in the first 18 games. That's good enough for 20 points, obviously. Fourth in the stacked Pacific Division. And they're coming off a very nice 4-3 win over Vegas, where they had to go through some adversity. Got the early lead just over a minute in, and then shortly gave up 2 straight, including a penalty shot goal by the Knights captain Mark Stone. But then they turned it on. The defense only allowed 1 more goal. Offense would score 3 as well. In a 4-3 thrilling win. That was a great game. As I was watching the highlights earlier today. Today on the road against the Devils, after coming off that home win against the Knights, they've been good at home. We'll see what they can do on the road today. Led by head coach Jay Woodcroft. He's a veteran coach with this Oilers team, and also a big part of the captain, Connor McDavid. McDavid seems like a coach in his own that just happens to play. McDavid's so smart at the game. He's so fast, and he really leads his team. That's a guy that a lot of those guys in that locker room rely on, including head coach Jay Woodcroft. Goals for. Here's what I was talking about. They have the 7th best offense in the NHL if you're basing off goals, sitting at 64. And with goals against, you get 23rd out of 32. So they've been scoring. That's led them to win games. But when they have not been able to do so, then they've struggled as they've been allowing plenty of goals as well. A few more things I want to cover with the Oilers. One moment here. I need to get something figured out. All right, finishing my thought up with the Oilers here. They've got a few key guys out of the lineup. Tyler Benson, Oscar Klefbom, both out, one with a knee, one with a shoulder, respectively. But 2 of the key names are Evander Kane. Obviously, that very gruesome cut wrist from Pat Maroon's skate against the Lightning about a week or so ago. He's on the injured reserve, got surgery, and he's doing all right. A lot better than I would have expected it. That was as of November 8th. So it's actually been about 2 weeks there. That Oscar Klefbom injury. Now that I'm actually looking at it, that was as of Monday, December 21st, 2020. So that was last season. the end of this year, it said Cliff Baum isn't expecting to play again. So I guess he's retired because of a shoulder injury. I don't understand that, why he's still on here. And then right at the beginning of the season, back on October 3rd, Tyler Benson was on the injured reserve with a knee injury. He still has not returned. But here's another key injury. Mike Smith for the Oilers, their starting goalie. The veteran goalie, big part of this team. Undisclosed injury as of the September 22nd. And he's just on injured reserve, no known cause, as that was obviously placed before the season had began. A few things I noticed when I was watching a bit of the Oilers highlights in their win over Vegas the other night. They have strong puck movement in the offensive zone. They're able to generate space. They can find space. They can work it. They can work it across, and they're not a team that seems to love to work it low to high. I mean, they can, and it works for them, but they like to move it across. They like to keep the team moving back and forth instead of up and down, and I feel like that's not a bad strategy. Good on the forecheck, and they like to crowd the slot on the penalty kill. I noticed that they had this one penalty kill. They had 4 guys sitting in the slot. They're there where if the pass somehow gets through that wall or there's a shooting lane, 1 of them, 2 of them can just squirt over in that shooter's lane to block the shot, block the pass, whatever the case is. And they also like to crowd down on that penalty kill as well. They're going to attack the crease on offense, generate rebounds, try to get that second chance opportunity. Just like the Penguins in that Blackhawks game, which I mentioned, they're dangerous off the rush. They have good patience in the offensive zone. They're able to read the plays and wait for them to develop. And then, as I mentioned earlier, they're not a big low to high team or high to low. They're a big right wing, left wing across team. Here we go to the New Jersey Devils. What time we got? I think it's almost time for buck drop, as I'm going to try to move this one really quick here. 15-3-0, second best team in the NHL, I want to say with that. Wholly surprising. These fans are very excited. They've been able to score on a consistent basis. They've been able to goaltend on a consistent basis. Tonight they're going with Vitek Vanacek. Tough name to say. Vitek Vanacek in net for the Devils tonight. They're sitting at 30 points, first in the Metro Division. That's another tough division, the Metro over there in the Eastern Conference. Really, the Eastern Conference in general is pretty stacked. Coming off a 5-1 win over Ottawa, who's gotten really cold as of late. And Lindy Ruff has brought this team right to where they want to be, obviously, as the head coach. But it doesn't get easier it does get easier from here for the Devils, as I'm going to mention here in a little bit, is they got to go to Maple Leafs, then they get like the Predators in a little bit. They just had the schedule up. I missed it, but I'm going to mention that in a minute. Goals for, they're 4th in the NHL for scoring goals with 68. They're 4th in the NHL for goals against at 42. So they've been able to score. They've been able to defend on a very consistent basis. Again, few key injuries, and these are 3 really top players that are going to be out. Those include Jonathan Bernier, came over from the Red Wings, and all the way as of in 2021, late last year, with a hip injury. He's on the long-term injury reserve with a right hip surgery at the end of last year. Mackenzie Blackwood, another goalie. He's got a knee injury, and he'll miss 3 to 6 weeks as of November 7th. So around the return for that, but still another guy that they're really missing. So they're on their 3rd string goalie, and Vitek Vanacek, and I was just looking at the name of the 4th one. Can't come up with it now, but still just able. And they've got a good defense in front of them, as I'll get to in a minute as well. Here we go, strength of schedule. I forgot to say this for the Oilers. Oilers' strength of schedule is 11th, so they've played some strong teams. But the Oilers have Yes, 11th, so they've played some tough teams. But the Devils, they have the 31st strength of schedule in the negative 0.22. And that means that they have had a very easy schedule to begin the season. That's not saying they're good, as they're winning comfortably. They're winning by good margins. But they've been able to do it against not the toughest schedule, second easiest based on record points and all those stats that go into generating that. So that's an eye to keep out as well. About ready for puck drop. A few more things here. Andre Palat's also up there on the injured list as of late in October. Placed on injured reserve. No timetable given there. Devils are good forcing turnovers when they forecheck. The other team gets sloppy on their zone exits. Watch for that, and they can make plays off of it. They only have PK. They kind of have this diamond shape, I noticed, where they've got two guys out there to guard the wings. They've got one guy at the point. They've got one guy guarding down low, and that seems like a very successful tactic. Along with, just like the Oilers' good puck movement in the offensive zone, they can build off opponents' mistakes. As we're ready to go here, puck has been dropped, and we're underway from the Prudential Center here in New Jersey. Two of the best teams in the NHL scoring off, and here come the Devils with an early forecheck. But the puck quickly chips into the Edmonton bench. So there he is, Vitek Vanacek, 8-1-0 record, 2.15 goals allowed, and with that offense, as I mentioned, there you go, and he does have one shutout to go with his name. And there for Jonathan Bernier, Mackenzie Blackwood, who, as I mentioned, both injured. On the other end, it's Stuart Skinner. The time that he's had to be back in for Mike Smith and Jack Campbell. He's at 4-4-0 record. Neutral zone face-off to the Edmonton Oilers as they look to corral it here. They'll chip it down. Into the Devils back to retreat. Here they come on the rush. They're a dangerous team on the rush. 2-on-2. Lost the handle, and I'll have to run it back down in the corner. Looking to chip it free. It goes in front, but a bit beyond the reach. Here's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins patrolling that second line for the Oilers. Comes on net there for Vanacek. Keeps the play moving to his defenseman. Off the glass and back out to the neutral zone, where the Oilers will quickly throw it back in before going off for a change. Hamilton back to plate for the Devils. He's out there on the deep pair now. Touch there, a few fancy deeks by the boys in red tonight. Devils in their home red. The Oilers in their visiting whites. Devils again, aggressive on the forecheck. Can't quite force anything dangerous there. It's Connor McDavid out there on the ice for the Oilers at the moment. Out of his net, there to play it is Stuart Skinner. And the Oilers will regroup here. Connor McDavid, speed through the middle. He's a playmaker, drops it there, and it comes back to McDavid behind the goal line. Too hot to handle there. Comes back in near the center ice logo. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Oilers having a hard time generating some room, but there's a long outlet connecting with McLeod. His pass tipped, and the Devils counter. Threw it in front. Quick one-timer with a right pad stop. My Chromebook, or my computer that's right up against the screen here kind of prevented. I couldn't see that guy. I might have to put it down a bit. We're going to get a whistle going. I'm going to adjust this just a little bit so that it's a little bit easier for me to see. There we go. But the Devils with really the first chance of the day. Oh, and they're going to be heading to a power play here, it looks like. I think we might have had a holding penalty, and yes, the always dangerous Devils power play will go to work, so we'll get a first look at that Oilers power play that I said really loves to crowd that slot, try to pick off any of those passes there. And the Devils, a very good puck movement team as they go to work. A minute 45 here on the man advantage. Through the middle. Now a little pull-up moves. Leaves it there along the half wall, and they score! It's a power play goal for the Devils. A clean zone entry, and then the trigger is pulled. The New Jersey Devils strike first, a minute 25 in, and they have the very early advantage against the Oilers. So here the Devils catch the Oilers in a rush. That'll they can't get into their positioning. It's technically a 3-on-2 from the blue line in. It looks like it's going to be a clean 4-on-4 as the Devils kind of were changing. But the Oilers just lose who they're guarding, and then it's a quick one-timer. Jesper Bratt will get the goal. Devils with a quick strike, a minute 25 in, and they have the early lead. Both these teams dangerous on the rush. Both these teams love to move the puck around. And it proves lethal to the Oilers here. Right off the bat. Back to retreat in his own zone are the boys in red. I really don't know a lot of numbers on these teams, except for a lot of the top people. We'll make do with it through the red line and chipped on in. Devils will forecheck. He wins the battle. Nice recovery there by the Oilers defense. Ultimately, they win the puck. Now McLeod will ice it. So he was not quite across center. All right, here. Can't tell who's taking the face off. 3 minutes, 6 seconds in. Devils already with the early advantage. And they have the offensive zone face off here. And a nice keep at the line there. Swung on along the boards. Picked up on the corner now. Behind the back pass intercepted. And the Oilers are able to grab possession. Loft it out to center and do a little stick handle. Too hot to handle. Now an on-man rush. He just missed the net. Might have caught a clip of the crossbar. Oilers will counter the other way. Now to the corner. He just shot it from an off angle. It was blocked. Oilers work it low to high with a shot. Blocked in front. As the Devils are another team that like to stuff that passing and shooting lane. Oilers back on the rush. They're dangerous in that category. Goes behind the goal line here. Backhand pass. Didn't get all the way through. And the Devils will be able to maintain possession out of the zone. And that would have led to an enclosed chance by Wood. However, they were offside 17 minutes into the stream. 4 minutes into the hockey game. As I mentioned in a bit of a pregame bit I had there, Devils aggressive on that forecheck, and they're able to get, when they are getting in on the rush, they're getting good puck movement. And they did build off the Oilers' mistake there on that goal. The Oilers were kind of caught flat-footed, caught not knowing where they were, and the Oilers were able to take advantage, or the Devils were able to take advantage of it. Here they come into the zone. Now they go behind the goal line, swung around far side corner. And now up high, whiffed on the shot, and the Oilers look to counter, but the outlet pass from Leon Draisaitl was batted down with an ice stick. Oilers regroup with possession. This is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, nice play, and then a stick was knocked out of a Devil's hand, and they're going to get a penalty. That will be Halla who's going to go. I think we're going to get him with a hook as Draisaitl was trying to slip there through the middle. Hall put his stick out. It got knocked out of his hands. Yep, he caught Draisaitl through the hands and knocked him down at the same time. So that's hook, trip, whatever you want to call it. But the Devils now will be shorthanded. They got a power play goal of their own. The Oilers, same case here, as they will look to even the score. Hall in the box. I don't know what the final call was. I'm going to go with a trip, hook, or slash. One of those. Offensive zone face-off to come. Devils, as I mentioned, play kind of that diamond shape, and there it is again. They've got a guy guarding the point, a guy guarding the guy on top of the crease, and guys guarding the wings. Connor McDavid behind the net. It goes up high to the point. Walking the line right, Nugent-Hopkins. He surveys, plays it down behind the goal line, through in front for McDavid, but through his skates. Now loose along the half wall, McDavid will spin up, trying to get it back in front. Nugent-Hopkins couldn't kick it to the stick. He looks to reset now, but was under some duress. McDavid over to join the party. I think Hischier is there as well. And the Devils will ultimately win the battle, but then it got kicked right back to where it was, and the Oilers win it here. Draisaitl up high, McDavid back for Draisaitl, far circle. Draisaitl, Nugent-Hopkins, save! The Oilers crowd the crease. What a save! Comes back on net. Still loose behind the cage. Now McDavid over Draisaitl. Blocked. Draisaitl back on it. McDavid still out there. Draisaitl, right wing. Now in the far side corner. Shot it from an off angle. Loose in front on the rebound as the initial save was made by Vanacek. Now comes Loose where the Devils will finally be able to get some possession and smack it on out of there. Plenty of chances from the Devils, or from the Oilers, and the Devils home fans appreciate that as they give a good round of applause here. One final power play rush, 30 seconds remain. But nothing doing there as it's swept right back down the ice where we just were by the Devils, who look like they will escape this one, but the Oilers, with a few good chances, trying to build off of it here. Still 15 seconds, a man up. He'll put it deep and try to go to the forecheck. Wrapped beneath the goal line, swung around, held in at the line, but not any longer as it just barely comes out of the zone. Loose there as the penalty is now over. Both teams were back at full strength. And the Devils have the frozen biscuit deep in their own zone. Put it back out to center. Oilers grab it right on back. Oilers look to attack here. Darnell Nurse through the middle. Put it wide of the net off the end boards. It got a bit of a funky bounce right back to Vanacek, who makes a nice, smart play to just hold on to it. Dawson Sports Corner says, "What's up? I'm doing all right." Early NHL games today. Plenty of them here at 6 o'clock. Works perfectly for me. And we've got a good one. Two of the best teams in the league, especially the Devils. They're fun to watch. Already have a goal as we're at the under 14 timeout now. I was going to do the Bruins Lightning game, but for some reason, I just feel like I have watched the Lightning so much these last few years that I can't even stand it anymore. And same with the Bruins. I just watched them the other night against the Blackhawks. And the Oilers and Devils. I have not watched the Devils at all this year. It's been bad. Oilers quite a bit, but I enjoy watching them with McDavid. Oilers, here's what I'm talking about on that power play. I said this in the pregame show. They just throw it towards the net. I mentioned they had a good 2 or 3 off-angle shots from that power play. Just when they had that last zone entry that led to this timeout, Darnell Nurse comes right through the middle on the attack, just puts it off the end boards, gets a bounce towards the front, trying to generate anything. And then back on that power play, they really were scrambling in the crease were Vitek Vanacek and the Devils there a bit on the PK. Oilers just unable to put a few home, but they just want to get the pucks to the net and they want to attack. And they've been dangerous on the rush early, but Vanacek and the Devils' defense has been able to recover as of now. Face off to the Devils, deep in their own zone. Under a little bit of pressure trying to get it out, but they're able to do so. With some fancy stick handling through the center. Here they come near side, trying to get it to the front of the net. Pass didn't get all the way through. Now it goes near side corner. Brings it up along the half wall. Stops on a dime on a spin. Bit of a fumble there. Allowing Darnell Nurse back on for the Oilers. High off the glass and out of the zone. Back to center. Zach Hyman tried the behind the back pass. Hit a skate. And the Devils will allow New Jersey to get a bit of a chip and a clear. Loose here at center. Who wants it? The Edmonton Oilers do. One thing that MSN doesn't have, the Oilers TV network. Oh, there's the shots. Only 2 for Edmonton, and the only shot for the Devils is a goal, but they're attacking again here. Pull, shoots, set aside. Their shot number 2. Butterfly save made. Nice Skinner there. Now a stuff attempt. Skinner heads up on that one. And 11:53 to go. We got 2 people on the stream, nearly 25 minutes in.
That tryout today. Need to find a big kid.
Let's say first base.
All right, here we go. Draisaitl kicked out of the draw. Nugent Hopkins will come in to take it, and he lost it. Jack Hughes plays it up to the point with a long shot. Stuart Skinner with the easy stop with the mitt. And we'll do it again from the same circle. Jack Hughes, another good start to his season. One of the young stars in the NHL. As Draisaitl will take the face-off and won it. Devils able to wrap it back out to center. Was Nugent Hopkins sent right back down in the same direction by New Jersey. Ryan Nugent Hopkins, long outlet, connects on side. Fancy moves behind the net. Leon Draisaitl looking back in front. Nugent Hopkins along the half wall, now to the point. Quick shot blocked. Out of the zone it goes, and the Devils will attack. They look to get in 3-on-2 if they hurry. Let's it go. Blocked. Slap shot didn't get all the way through there. Now a corner battle. Billy Hamilton's there for New Jersey. But the Oilers win the battle. Oilers are winning a lot of these 50-50 pucks as that long pass split the D and nearly led a breakaway for Warren Foegele. But a bit too hot to handle for him. Billy Hamilton back on it for New Jersey. Shoved along one-handed and right back to Hamilton, who fires on and out. And now will ice it as the race is won by Nugent Hopkins. 10:46 to play in the first. Tyler says, "What's up?" He asks how I am. I am doing pretty good. Going on a day trip tomorrow to Iowa City. Going Christmas shopping. Here on this nice week of Thanksgiving. Connor McDavid will take the face-off here. And he wins it. Great face-off man is McDavid. As the puck comes to him behind the goal line. Nice little stick handles there. Ultimately came to Hamilton. He was able to work it back out of the zone. Devils in the midst of a change. We'll just check it on down. Oilers retreat nearly halfway through the first period. Long bank pass. The Oilers are trying to take advantage of room they have through the middle with some of these long passes. A lot of them have not quite worked out lately. There's a nice check applied there. Forces the Devils to have to just put it in. As nothing's coming easy for New Jersey early. They have a possession here. Well, great defense applied by Connor McDavid, one of the best in the game. On not only the offensive side. Tyler asked if I'm sub to him. I am, as the Devils will ice it here. Yeah, I'm sub to you. I watch most of your videos. I just don't comment on all of them. Because I don't really have anything to say. This time, it's the Devils with a face-off win. Looking to get an exit here. And they'll do just that, trying to enter back the other way. Near side, he pulls up and will have to get it deep behind the goal line, along the trapezoid, and now right back to where it was. Surveys out in front, nothing was there. Pass tips off a stick, and now a near turnover by the Oilers. It was in the hands of a red sweater momentarily. Icing waved off here. As the Devils have to go all the way back in the own part of their zone. Stretch pass here on the far side. And now swung around. Looking to get low to high, but nothing's really there. Oilers doing a good job to take a lot of the room out. Now McDavid threw it to the crease. Nobody was home. We got a delayed penalty upcoming here on the Devils. I wonder what it's going to be. 6 skaters out there for Edmonton. Far side half wall. Late skater joins the play. High slot Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking for a lane. He's got McDavid. One-timer blocked. And the whistle's going to go. Well, a good start to this game. 8:48 to play. 1-0 Devils. They struck right off the bat in this one. Habs fan says hello. I'm doing good. He says he's new on the channel. Austin the Sportsman says the best thing in the world is hockey. Algebra's the worst. Oh my. I'm actually a pretty good. I consider myself a good math student, and I enjoy math. I think math is weird though. He also says Devils is a shocker. We got 3 people on about 30 minutes into the stream. I expected the first 2 periods for this game. Not much farther. But other than that, yeah. Oilers have really played a good start to this game, though. Couldn't really ask for much better, except for that one mistake by Stuart Skinner. But otherwise, they've been looking pretty well, or pretty good. They have been able to work it down low, which really, when I was watching their game against the Knights, this must have something to do with the scouting report here on the Devils. But the Oilers are trying to get in forechecking instead of trying to get in and just kind of work it across. They were kind of doing that there on the power play, but ever since they've been trying to get in deep and then work it low to high, high to low. Same thing with the Devils. Austin asked if I'm on break. Yeah, I'm on break all week. And I think I got like 2 more weeks, and then I'm on break for 2 weeks again, 3 weeks or whatever. Yeah. So, Leon Draisaitl in the dot for the Oilers. 8:48 to play in the first. Back from commercial break. And Draisaitl able to kick it out of the dot and win the game. Or win the face-off. Oilers work it here. Nugent Hopkins down low. Draisaitl, his shot blocked from in close. Comes to the point where it's held in there momentarily. And now fired on back out. That's going to be an icing. Or no, the Oilers are on a power play since when? He must call a penalty, but MSN's going to break too quickly. Here's Connor McDavid, lethal on the man advantage. Chip and chase for Nugent Hopkins. Backhands it on up to the point. Barry, far side, Draisaitl. Down low, McDavid. Looking in front. He's got Barry up high. Barry, back for Nugent Hopkins. High slot, Barry lets it go. Got all the way through. Nice save. Thrown back towards the crease. McDavid back on it. He pulls up and brings it far side circle. Trades places with Draisaitl. Draisaitl looks at his options. One-timer, Barry. Nice save through traffic made by Vanacek. Just over a minute to go on the penalty, which I did know there was a penalty. There was a delayed penalty. That's the reason they blew the whistle. I did know that. I just never knew the call. I apologize for that. Devils on the power play have looked good. They scouting report that I had. Correct. They've been just throwing pucks toward the net, trying to generate rebounds. As now the Devils with a quick face-off win and a quick clear here. As now under a minute to go on the Oilers' second power play of the day. They will get speed ahead. And then that drop pass from, let's see quite who that was beyond the reach of Draisaitl. And now they have to go all the way back to reset. Had to stay McDavid through the gut. Chip and chase McDavid. Pulls, walks, centers! Wide of the net. And now McDavid in close. His shot hit the side of the cage. McDavid back on it. At the point. Far side circle. They fake the shot. Now looking for somewhere to go. McDavid here. McDavid walks along the near side boards. Throws it in front. Waiting. Shooting. Score! The Oilers are on the board. McDavid connects with Draisaitl, who got a tip in front from maybe they're going to give Draisaitl the goal, as that might have hit off a New Jersey Devil. The Oilers are back in the game. It's back to where we started, tied at 1. Nice job from McDavid. He just took over there on that power play. And, oh yeah. It is going to be Draisaitl, as that is going to be an own goal off a Devil. Looks like that hit Hamilton's stick. No, it's Smith's stick, as he was shoved to the ground by Pulveri. I can never get that straight. He was shoved to the ground by Pulveri. No call, and then Draisaitl's shot hit off Smith's stick, went into the back of the net, and was 6:50 to play in the period. The Oilers have tied the game at 1. They're attacking again here. I believe that will be a power play goal, as each side now has a power play goal. McDavid, Draisaitl, or McDavid on the assist, then Draisaitl on the goal. But McDavid, just such a patient player, sitting there on that far side, able to find Draisaitl far side, who had a lane. Now the Devils attack of their own. Here's Jack Hughes in the slot, went through him. And the Oilers able to get it out without any trouble, and then change. Long stretch pass, connects. A lot of white sweaters in the area as Hollow will send it deep, beyond the reach of Hughes. And the white sweaters swarm the puck again. Banked up, but wrong team there. Jack Hughes will head on back deep in his own zone to regain. 14 minutes into the period. Long stretch pass, tipped deep. Or maybe not tipped, as it's icing. 5:57. The Oilers just with a goal to tie it. Off a tip in front. Off of Draisaitl. It was intended to be a pass by Draisaitl. He had his man Pulveri down there, but it ended up hitting off Smith's stick of the Devils and went right through Vanacek. Face off to the Oilers here in their offensive zone. Lets it go from the right wing point. There you go again. They just want to get the puck on net. That one was blocked there. But trying to generate those rebounds, and it's worked so far. Plenty of second chance opportunities given. They haven't been able to capitalize on all of them. As here's McDavid through the middle. Tried to touch it for Nugent Hopkins. That ended up being intercepted by Nico Hischier. And the Devils start on back. One-handed to the corner. Now right wing point. Long shot blocked by Nugent Hopkins. McDavid's still out, or Draisaitl's still out there on the ice, along with McDavid. Or no, McDavid's not out there. Devils grab it back, and it's thrown in front. Nobody quite home. White sweaters again swarm to it. Nugent Hopkins drops it there. The Oilers are back out of the zone. Connor McDavid back out there with Barrie. Draisaitl, top line out there for Edmonton. Here's McDavid in the neutral zone. Tipped deep, intended for Draisaitl. It goes through him and played by McLeod down low. Centering pass hit off the back of the net for the Oilers. Where the Devils are back on it. Pulveri back out there. He nearly had the goal, but instead Smith decided to put it in his own net on that last one. Countering are the Devils now. Mercer, patient, and that one flutters wide. Back to run it down is Pulveri, I can't get that name straight. Devils have it. Nice toe drag. Ended up losing the handle ultimately. Loose along the end wall. In front it goes. And what a quick save made. Quick reactions by Stuart Skinner. On the forecheck goes the Devils. That's what I'm saying. I can show you. I got it written down right here. Forces turnovers on forechecks. It's as easy as that, as we're going to head to timeout now. With the under 6. At the break here, about 5 minutes to go here in the game, or in the first period. Oh my God, I'm all messed up. Right back to where it was. Surveys out in front, nothing was there. Pass tips off a stick, and now it's near turnover by the Oilers. It was in the hands of a red sweater momentarily. Icing waved off here. The Devils have to go all the way back in the own part of their zone. Stretch pass here on the far side. And now swung around. Looking to get low to high, but nothing's really there. Our Oilers doing a good job to... Plus is going to start pretty soon. And it's about that time officially button that officially puts me live Sorry about the silence at the commercial break. So these teams last played each other November 3rd. I didn't realize that. And there you go. Each team had 17 shots in the slot. That tells you, I'm telling you, these teams want to get the puck in the slot. They'll shoot it from the circle. But, yeah. Darnell Nurse will wrap it around. It's all the way down the other side of the ice. Icing's called. And that should not be icing because the goalie came out to play it. Did Vanacek there. I'm wondering why they called that. Jesper Bratt has the goal. He's on the ice right now with Jack Hughes, the line with the tally for the Oilers today. Darnell Nurse out there for the Oilers. Face off in the offensive zone, lost by the Devils. Nurse swings it around the boards, and the Oilers are unable to clear for now. Nice job by the Devils. It was shot, hit the side of the net. I thought it was in. It is not. Warren Foegele able to force the puck back out to center. The Oilers enter their offensive zone on the left of the screen. Darnell Nurse could not quite handle that one on the entry. Devils might have a 2-on-2. Here's Hughes through the middle. Drops it back. What a move to get into the front of the net. Might have hit the post. Otherwise, a piece was gained by Skinner there. Now the Oilers back. That stretch pass might have gotten him in alone, but a bit beyond the reach. Back and forth start to this one. In the final minutes of period number 1. Nico Hischier will take the draw, 13 and red. He's 5 of 6 on his faceoff so far tonight. He ended up there with McDavid as well. McDavid has another faceoff win. Colton Ceci has the zone exit. And now a turnover by the Devils. That's a rare occurrence. That allows the Oilers to get in. A centering pass slid through the crease. Nobody home. There's McDavid. Wraps it around up high. That long shot trickles wide. McDavid back on it using his speed. McDavid wraps it around high slot. Lets it go. Block. Rebound less. What a save with the right pad. As all he needed to do was elevate the puck and they would have had a goal. Here's Draisaitl wide of the net. Devils will clear. They escape again. Counter the way of their own. 3-on-2. They're in. Lost an edge cutting toward the net. Tatar's down there. He cross-checks a man. No penalty called. The ref's letting him play, although we've already seen 3 penalties. There's McDavid out there right now for the Oilers. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Behind the goal. And now the Oilers trying to center. Instead, they work it up. Slap shot blocked as he went down to the ice on his belly to make the block. 2:25 to play. The Oilers have possession of the puck deep in their offensive zone. Each team will go, or deep in their defensive zone. Each team will go for a change here. And Oilers looking for an easy way out. Nothing comes easy against this Devils team. Long bank pass connects. 3-on-2. They're in. Draisaitl centers. It goes wide of the net and wraps around here near side half wall. Now trickles back in the hands of the Devils. Chip and chase. Nice play to bat it down at the line. That's pass to had a man who was locked and loaded on the one-timer. Got tipped. This time it's unable to be held in as the puck bounces over the stick. Hamilton plays it back and a long forwards pass. Connected, but then the other one did not. Draisaitl, room here. Nugent Hopkins, one hands it in. Just over a minute to play in the first. Devils looking for a late goal to retake the lead. They score the first goal just over a minute in. The Oilers on a power play with inbounds back as well. Devils in. Cross ice pass. Banks off the wall. And then a heavy hit by Nurse. And are we going to get a penalty? I think that deserves to be a cross check. I don't know if we will. But the Oilers again getting pucks to the net. That was Hostin with what a look he had. All he had to do was elevate it, but the right pad of Vanacek able to cut it down. Bouchard shot blocked. Also on that nice rush moments ago. 1:12 to go in the period. They did not call a penalty. Remains 5-on-5. 45 minutes into the stream here. 1:12 to go in the period. Jack Hughes with a face-off win. He tried to find Holla behind the goal line. All still battling at it. Now loose in the far side corner to the Edmonton Oilers. Long pass. Looking for Hyman. He's got him. Hyman spins. Shoots. Missed the net from on top of the blue paint somehow. Now Nurse looking back down low. What a recovery there in the defensive side of things to pick off the pass. Devils counter through the middle. Tries to split the nothing there. Now he drops it back with a backhand shot. And that was anticlimactic as the Devils pretty much had 5-on-3. I don't know where the Oilers defenders went. Could not quite just find that one open guy. Zach Hyman, what a chance, as it was just a simple chip out of the zone. Hyman didn't need to change. He just was very patient. He had an opening if he would have got that on net. Just missed it. Very patient play, and Nurse cutting toward the net. Opted not to pass it. Instead, he shot it. Just missed the net. Offensive zone face-off here for the Devils will be won. Up high it goes. High slot walk. Shoots, blocked. Oilers, Draisaitl. No. I didn't see who that was. Pass is intended for Draisaitl, though. 20 seconds. Devils trying to make something out of it. Loose at center. They forehand it down. Out of the net to play it there. And now a turnover by the netminder. Spins behind the net. Center. Just missed the net. Good chance in close. Now Hamilton off the glass, and it ended up in the netting. As that one was tipped out of play. 7.8 to go. A good chance moments to go from the Devils in the low slot, but he just missed that off a turnover by Skinner. The shooter, Sharon Govich, actually fell when he tried to shoot that low slot. Tatar out on the ice right now for the, along with Nugent Hopkins right now for the Oilers. 7.8 to play. And the captain, Nico Hischier, will take the draw, and he fails to win it. So the final seconds here in the first period are going to tick on off. McLeod runs it out deep in his defensive zone, and that's going to do it. Well, pretty much what we expected. Each team with a goal. The Devils would score first early, but each team good on the rush. They've been able to generate some chances. They've been working the puck around. Good passing plays, which we expected. The forechecking's been good. And they've been just trying to generate these second chance opportunities. Kind of what we expected through the first 20 minutes of this one. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back with you here in a few minutes. Hey, I'm back. I told you I wouldn't be gone for long. Each team with a goal through the first 20 minutes. I'm going to revisit my goal calls here. Be snow in Africa. So these teams last played each other November 3rd. I didn't realize that. And there you go. Each team had 17 shots in the slot. That tells you, I'm telling you, these teams want to get the puck in the slot. They'll shoot it from the circle. There. And the Devils, a very good puck movement team. That's for the Devils. 45, you're on the man advantage. Through the middle. Now a little pull-up moves. Leaves it there on the half wall, and they score! It's a very good puck movement team as they go to work. Coming at 45, you're on the man advantage. Through the middle. Now a little pull-up moves. Leaves it there on the half wall, and they score! It's a power play goal for the Devils. A clean zone entry, and then the trigger is pulled. The New Jersey Devils strike first, a minute 25 in, and they have the very early advantage against. I just noticed it says there's one person on, then I realize it's me. Both these teams dangerous on the rush. Both these teams love to score. Somewhere to go. McDavid here. McDavid walks along the near side boards, throws it in, runs, waiting, shooting, score! The Oilers are on the board. McDavid connects with Draisaitl, who got a tip in front from Paulville, or from. Maybe they're going to give Draisaitl the goal. That might have hit off a New Jersey Devil. The Draisaitl walks along the near side boards, throws it in, runs, waiting, shooting, score! The Oilers are on the board. McDavid connects with Draisaitl, who got a tip in front from Paulville, or from. Maybe they're going to give Draisaitl the goal. That might have hit off a New Jersey. Well, we made it 52 minutes into the stream here today. We've still got one more period. Take a look at the scores around the league from some of these 6 o'clock and 6:30 games. Flames lead the Flyers 2-1 at the end of the first. Bruins and Lightning tied at 1, so each game has at least had 2 goals. And then just getting underway are the Islanders, Maple Leafs, Hurricanes, and Jets. In a few minutes, we got Coyotes, Preds, Ducks, Blues, Avalanche, and Stars at 7:30. And then the late night game, Senators, Sharks, Knights, Canucks. Good old Coke at 7 o'clock at night. But I'm on break. I need to stay up. It's good for me. Well, Talkie Fights Cancer Night tonight at the Prudential Center. That's why we are still at intermission. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then I'm going to be back and kind of try to recap the first period, get us going for the second period, and kind of go over what I saw. All right, I made it back. 1 second, then I'm going to go over what I just said I would. All right. Not at all. Okay. Oh, Iowa basketball plays tonight. I hope they lose. I need them to lose because I hate Iowa. One last thing here. And then, all right, I'm going to stand up because I've been sitting for too long. All right. So today, through the first period, two teams that we expected coming in, they'd get plenty of shots. They would not be afraid to attack the net. And that's what we've gotten. I'm going to go to the box score here, try to compare some of the stats to what we actually expected. But for really the first time today, I actually had the thought of watching these two teams' films and trying to get a little baseline of what they're going to try to do. All right. Shots 11-5 in favor of the Oilers. So as I mentioned, I got it written right here. They got good puck movement. They were able to work it low to high, which this must be something with the Knights defense, because at least in that Knights game, they were trying to, and it's maybe just how the Devils are playing this, but the Oilers wanted to move it across the ice instead of low to high, at least on a lot of the plays that were in the highlights that I watched. They haven't been special by any means on the forecheck. Haven't really been able to generate any chances off it. But they have been able, but on that one penalty kill that they had, they tried to clear out the slot. It didn't work because they couldn't get set up and got caught not knowing who they wanted. They really haven't done anything on the rush. But here, they have been able to attack the crease and generate rebounds. That's exactly what they did against the other night against Vegas. They were able to generate goals against it. They have a few great chances, and they do have a goal because they stacked one guy right in there. That led to his defender falling down and then eventually putting it in his own net. Good patience in the own zone. Leon Draisaitl along with Zach Hyman. I'm going to use that as an example. Leon Draisaitl on that goal. He has it on that far side faceoff circle. He can shoot it right away on a one-timer after that pass for McDavid. He instead tries to wait. He has that pass down low for Pulveri, but then ended up getting put in by his defender. And they've gotten plenty of rebounds. They've gotten good 2 or 3 great chances off it, but just a few great saves by Vanacek there. Now, on the other hand, the Devils, it seems like the Oilers dominated this first period. The Devils only with 5 shots, but they did have the first goal of the game on the first shot. Here they're showing it right now. They were able to work it into the circle, along the half wall, and then a high slot one-timer from Jesper Bratt. Once it looked like just a normal 5-on-4. 2 of the Oilers, including Colton Ceci, they kind of get caught not knowing who they have. The Devils are able to find room through the middle. It's a nice drop pass right along the half wall right as they enter. Nice job to stay on side. And then we have a leaking guy. The Oilers are trying to take away one side of the ice, but all the Devils players are stacked on the other side of the ice as Nurse kind of got caught in no man's land there, flat-footed. As we're almost an hour up on the stream. The Devils, though, did have a solid first period, solid first start to the first period in general. With that goal, they lead the hits category with a 10 on the board, and then face-offs even at 11. But it's been a lot of defensive teams win those face-offs. But the Oilers, very good patience. Here's their goal. McDavid's going to work it to the goal line. He finds Draisaitl, who just waits, and throws it in front. The Devils complain for a penalty for a cross-check or something in front, goaltender interference, but it's just simply not there. Now for what I have written down from watching the film. 1 hour into the stream now. but from watching their game against Ottawa the other night, which they won 5-1, in Ottawa, forcing turnovers on forechecks. They've been aggressive forechecking, but have not been able to win a lot of the 50-50 pucks. Those have belonged to the Oilers. Plays that diamond defense on that PK. That's exactly what they do. The Oilers are going to try to set up with 4 guys on the perimeter, 1 down deep, pass it around that perimeter, trying to get that tip. That's what they did on that power play. McDavid up high, he's able to shift low, and then you've got Draisaitl on the other end on the perimeter, and then down low, Povillier and his defender puts it home for him. But the good puck movement for the Devils goes the same for the Oilers, and the shooting and passing lanes have been open. But when I'm talking about the Oilers here, I mentioned this also. On their defense, they have this stack of guys just sitting there in the slot with only a few guys guarding the perimeter. And that really takes away a lot of lanes. That takes away a lot of options. They've done a good job of that early on. Building off opponents' mistakes. Only a few mistakes in the defensive zone by the Oilers. And doing a really good job taking care of the puck because they have only turned it over 3 times. Same with the Devils. But the Oilers also with a takeaway. Devils, I had not afraid to shoot. If a shot's there, they take it. Same with the Oilers. They want to get it on net. And simply, a lot of the lanes just have not been open for the Devils for them to try to take that risk at all here early in the first period. So you can't blame them there. Only 5 shots. But one of them had found the back of the net, and they're right in this game down 1 here. But it's unbelievable winning streak they're on. Being tested a bit by Edmonton so far. So we got 3 or 4 minutes till we drop the puck here on the second period. The second period's going to be the last period I do today, which is okay. Well, I hope you enjoy the new look here on the stream. Moved from my basement up here in my room. I kind of redid it with a different format. I've got my TV literally like half like this much in front of my face. It's not that big of a TV. Probably a 50-inch, 52-inch. Or not a 52-inch. That one makes sense. Probably 40. Because I have a 72-inch and it's huge. I don't know how big it is. I don't even know how you measure TVs. Pretty sure it's across, right? I mean, that's... What's a foot? Yeah, probably a 48-inch or 24-inch. I'm stupid. I was thinking a foot was 24 inches. It's probably a 30-inch. This TV right in front of my face. I've got my Chromebook, my computer here, light right here, microphone here, and then a nice little desk right here. Everything works out pretty well. One last commercial break before we get going here on the period or on the second period. I'm watching Brad Underwood's locker room speech for Illinois basketball when they lost to Virginia the other day. Man, he's good. All right, here we go. We're right off commercial break. We're ready for the second period. One more period of play-by-play on the day. Oilers with the opening draw and the opening clear all the way down the ice. Out to play it out of his net is Vanacek. But the Oilers doing a good job on the forecheck. Generate a chance behind the net. And now circling there, working it up. Left wing point. They sent it right back behind the net where it was in the trapezoid. The Devils grab it back. Again, aggressive sticks by Pulveri there. Prevented anything for granted happening. And the Oilers continue to keep it in. However, not for much longer, it appears, as they go off for a change. So there's a turnover. Fogle centered. That was a shot from Nugent Hopkins after Draisaitl let it go. Draisaitl high slot. Now McDavid. Nugent Hopkins at the point. Draisaitl, one-timer, blocked. Draisaitl back on it. Looking to get through the slot. It goes behind the net. Oilers still on it. Swung around. That pass blocked, intended for Draisaitl. And finally, the Devils able to loft it out. That's the first time they've gotten it out of the zone in the first minute 5 of the period. Oilers fire it right back down. Nugent Hopkins, good job to win the race to that puck. Couldn't get his pass through traffic. Now sent back down for the Devils, who will go on a forecheck of their own. Behind the net, nice play. Darnell Nurse to cut off the angle and lead the Oilers counter. 2-on-2, backhanded in diagonally. Picked up on the near side here, Marino for the Devils. Now Jesper Bratt, the goal scorer, threw it at the feet of Hughes. Hughes back on it, sent it to the point, held into the line, quick shot, just deflects up and over. Jesper Bratt back on it. Now a quick one-timer trickles wide, Jack Hughes. Near corner, Bratt! He whiffed on the doorstep. Bratt sends it back to the low slot, nobody home. Good push there from the Devils. Hughes to Bratt, who had a wide open net on as he was loose right on top of the crease, but he missed on the one-timer. Long pass tipped into the zone. No, it's not tipped. It's icing. Well, the Devils' with an early turnover in the period led to a good Oilers chance, and then here's Hughes. He's got it near side circle. Bratt, wide open net on the doorstep, but he just flat out missed it. Offensive zone face-off here won by the Devils. That's their captain, Hischier. Quickly thrown toward the net, but blocked. Able to be held in the zone. Nice play. But then they give it right back to the Oilers. 2-on-2. Connor McDavid. He can make a play. Hey, he's cut down. In close by Vanacek. McDavid just turned on the Jets next level. Got right in close, but Vitek Vanacek, nice play. Just simple pass, but as I mentioned, the Oilers are dangerous on the rush, and it's mainly because they have great speed on this team, which is something the Blackhawks don't. McDavid tries to tuck that 5-hole. He just got too much air underneath it. He had 5-hole open. Just too much air. He just beat Smith right to the net. Oilers win it. Nugent Hopkins could not quite handle it before he wanted to shoot it. Tatar wins the race to Nugent Hopkins, and now Hischier back to his man. Long ways up Tatar. Returns it for Hischier. Hischier through the middle, leaves it there. Tatar. Tatar rings it back around behind the goal line. Running it down, Smith. Smith lost an edge, but the Devils regain. Quick shot from an off angle, and the save that time made by Skinner, who's back there, backing up. Jack Campbell. Offensive zone face-off for the New Jersey Devils. Linesman doesn't want to drop the puck. He finally does, and it comes to the Oilers as they just loosely send it back into the neutral zone before grabbing it back. Batted down via a hand pass, but it's touched by the Oilers, so no whistle's going to go. Hamilton back to retreat. Here on the pair currently for the Devils. Nearly 4 minutes through the second period. Here comes Jack Hughes. This guy's fast. One of the rising young stars. Devils in far side. Drop pass Hamilton. His pass deflects into the near side corner. Hughes couldn't quite grab that one. Oilers on the rush again. Stops on a dime. Nurse threw it through the slot. Nobody home. Here comes Bratt. Nice stop move. Now it's sent off the end boards. Devils in the midst of a change. Oilers bat it back out to center. Right back in the hands of the red sweaters. Send it right back down the other way. It's kind of a clear fest here in the second period. Devils able to attack, though, here. Shot partially blocked. Sharon Govich along the half wall. Centers! And he got the tip he was looking for. Another shot by Smith off the half wall. Easily seen through traffic there. Not really any great chances. The Devils' 12-game winning streak on the line, in which they've scored opponents. They've outscored opponents 51-25 or 22. Meanwhile, right at Nugent Hopkins working down low on Hamilton. Puck comes free to the point. Long shot, easy blockered away. And it looks like they're... meanwhile, we got a breakaway for the Devils. Nope, he didn't like what he saw, so he just pulls up. He's patient, let it go, and eventually got blocked. So, kind of a chance wasted there as the Oilers will be able to force the puck back out in the neutral zone. Devils back on it here, trying to reattack again. Smith, nice pass up the ice. Hughes taps it down, and it comes all the way on net for Skinner. Was able to play it behind his cage. Oilers send it back out to center. Here's Wood. Wood speeding. Now high slot Sharon Govich with a shot right into the chest of Skinner. This isn't a Devils team with many big names. I'd say that Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, and Jack Hughes are really the only guys. I mean, got a few goalies, and obviously missing Andre Palat, but Blackwood, Bernier, two guys out. Team with any big names, but they're making a big story. Face off in their own zone to Bouchard and the Oilers. Here at center, puck goes to Darnell Nurse. Forehands it on down. McDavid couldn't quite pick it back up. Sharon Govich brings it on down. Out to play, and he whiffed, and they score! Unbelievable! What a mistake by Stuart Skinner, and it leads to a Devils strike. Their second goal of the game, they regain the lead. Oh, man, what a mistake. And the Devils able to feed off of it. It's 2-1. We gotta get a look at that. What happened? Skinner out of his net to play it. He whiffed. Hischier was right there from right at the goal line. It actually hit the post. And then right there to tap it in was Mercer. So it'll go, it's going to go Hischier to Mercer on the assist and then the goal off a whiff from Stuart Skinner. And the Devils lead 2-1. What a mistake. Devils, as I mentioned, feed off the mistakes. They attack again. That one deflects up high, and now the race is on the other way. Smith won it for New Jersey momentarily. Now the Oilers back on it. Looking to center. What a pass blocked by Severson. They're going to the ice to make the stop. And now a bit of extracurricular activity with Pulveri there of the Oilers. But man, oh man, how did that happen? Smith just whiffed. Face off in the Devils' defensive zone. They come away with it, but then Graves had some issues. Sharon Govich able to win the puck, and then McDavid forced a momentarily turnover. And now it is a turnover indeed. Run around the boards. Oilers keep the pressure on. Held into the line, far side. Now a little battle there. A puck able to be chipped out for New Jersey, who will then chip it down. Sharon Govich will head to the forecheck. Run around there by Nurse. Picking it back up. Sharon Govich throwing it towards the net. It slid through the crease. Didn't get the tip he was looking for. Unable to be held into the line. Here's Zach Hyman. He's played a good game. And now on the rush come the Oilers. McDavid cut down. And now the rebound's loose. Hyman couldn't quite win the race to it. Nice job, McDavid, to hold the line. McDavid leaves it. They shoot it. And it got redirected. Hyman couldn't quite tap it home. So the Oilers hungry to tie this game right back up as Sharon Govich at the end of his shift just puts it down. Oilers come back. They were going to be offside, so they just opt to fire the puck down. But a nice job on the forecheck. Loose far side circle. Sent back down behind the goal line where it's battled for. Oilers come away with it. Boucher threw it toward the net. He got the tip. Still blocked. 12:54 to play. Lofted back out to the neutral zone. Batted out of midair by somebody. Puck comes back to the line where the Devils will tap it in. And McLeod goes to the forecheck. Far side corner in the Devils' offensive zone. Swung around this side. Held into the line. Sent right back down behind the goal line out of the trapezoid. Now near side half wall. In front it goes. Initial tip by Bastian, but not much more. Far side half wall. Looking for any room. Really didn't have any along that wall. And the Oilers just kick it on out. Nearly 8 minutes into the period. Long pass, tip deep, and the Devils were able to get a momentarily chance there. Not for long, though, as Oilers with a counter of their own. 2-on-2. What a pass! And what a save by Vanacek as he was ran into. Warren Foegele came and hit him hard. Devils Smith regains. And it's tipped right back to the neutral zone. Sent back in, though. And sent back out. A lot of just clear after clear. Not a lot of clean action as now Devil goes to the ice. Here's Tyson Barrie for the Oilers. And McDavid. Always love it when he's on the ice. He can make a play from anywhere. McDavid enters far side. Surveys as he spins. Ran into a brick wall of red sweaters. They're really starting to zero in on him. Jesper Bratt. Jack Hughes. Left it for Bratt. High slot score! Here's Brad Severson. And the Devils extend the lead. It's the largest of the day. 3-1 New Jersey. What a play. Bratt could have shot it as he had some room to skate here up the near side, but they just break you out on the rush, which they're good at. It's a simple 3-on-3, but again, the Oilers kind of get caught flat-footed. CC doesn't know who he's guarding. Same with Pulveri there. It goes Hughes in. He just kind of peels off on the far side. Bratt has room up the gut on the near side, but then the late man Severson is darting right in the high slot. He rips it past Skinner there. And the Devils have their third goal today, and they have their largest lead at 2. They're back on the attack again. Spinning. Bratt centered, looking for Hughes, who fell down. It ended up coming back in the slot, but by then all the red sweaters were out of there. And Colton CC has the Oilers back to center, who now needed 2 goals to tie it, but they're attacking, and he got the tip, but just wide. Here's Nurse spinning into a brick wall. Now Hughes finds some room as he will circle on back. Speaking of back, he goes behind the back there, and now the long outlet at center. Fumbled at the logo. Hughes will go off for a change. As it's put deep there by Colton. Mariano back for the Devils to grab it. And now tip, tap, deep, 2-on-2. Maybe a 3-on-3. Zetterman darting in. His centering pass blocked. Zetterman back on it. Behind the goal line, battling with McDavid. Miller is also over there. Right wing point. Here's Ristolainen. Didn't get enough on the pass, but now the Devils' nice forecheck. Here's Zetterman. His centering pass, he could have shot it. Opted to take the non-selfish play. Devils unable to hold it in the line. But they got it right back to the neutral zone. There's Adam Boqvist, former Blackhawk out there. Here's Connor McDavid. Damon Severson, his second goal of the season, 8:45. Jesper Bratt, Jack Hughes on the assists. Top line for New Jersey with the goal. Tried to kick it to the stick, didn't quite work out. And now Zach Hyman will forecheck in the Oilers' offensive zone. He lost the race to a Devil, who taps it there at center. Nice move, but ultimately couldn't catch back up to it. 9:18 to play in the period. Fired on in there by the Oilers. Oilers again move to the forecheck. Plop straight up in the air to the Oilers. Chip and chase. Could not quite catch back up to it. Here's Holloway. Banked off the glass and down. That sprung the Oilers. That centering pass for Warren Fogle hit off a skate. Now they work it behind the goal line, back in front. High point. Now throws it in front, looking for the tip. Got tip, but why? Now Holloway behind the net goes down to the ice. Yet to see a penalty in the second period. Devils come away with the puck, and they come away with the clear. All the way down the ice, Tatar. Can't quite run off icing. Well, the Devils are on a 13-game winning streak. That puts them, if they win tonight, they'll be 3 games away from tying the NHL record, which was set in 1992 by the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's 17 games. Nope, we're going to commercial here. Well, Blues score 11 seconds in against the Ducks. The Blues are starting to turn it on after a really rough start. Blackhawks doing the opposite. Good start, terrible since. Nico Hischier, missing Andre Bushkovich, brings it on down. Out to play, they whipped, and they score! Forehands it on down. McDavid couldn't quite pick it back up. Dragovich brings it on down. Out to play, they whipped, and they score! Unbelievable! What a mistake by Stuart Skinner! Fire the puck down. But Vanacek, as he was ready, Devil goes for 3-1 for Brett. Ice, let's go! Wall of red sweaters. All right, back from commercial. Starting to zero in on him. Just for Brett. Jack Hughes left it for Brett. Ice, let's Neutral zone faceoff here belongs to the Edmonton Oilers. Fired down. Forechecking is Nugent Hopkins, who has it here on his backhand side. Brings it to his forehand. The Oilers look to center. They just throw it to the point. Quick shot. Barry blocked. Having to track it all the way down that time. Out of his net to play it again is Skinner. He does not whiff that time, preventing a goal. Oilers coming on the attack. They're onside. Nice play to Draisaitl. Draisaitl out of the zone. That was a forced pass. Draisaitl could have shot it. Tried to force a pass instead. They have to tag up. Funky bounce off the stanchion on the clearing attempt. Now a long stretch pass connects. Here's Hischier trying to run it down near side. Could not quite do so. Out of the zone. Back comes Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl to his backhand. Sends it deep. Draisaitl. Big loop. Now far side. Half wall. Where the Devils active. Sticks continue in the final 7:30 of the period. New Jersey puts it on down. Skinner plays the puck. But not out. Devils in the trapezoid. Looking in front. It slid through the skates of Hughes. Now they keep attacking. Here's Jack Hughes. Hughes works the point. Now walks. Shoots! He got it tipped. It was loose in front by a moment before being played out. But not out of the zone. Here's Hughes. Hughes, what a move! But his centering pass blocked at the skates. Again, not out. Comes back to Hughes behind the goal line. Hughes looking in front. He got all the way through. Far side circle at the point. Far side circle back again it goes. High point. Takes the shot. Now Hughes still circling. Point again. Far side circle. Lets it go. Save. Rebound in front. Able to be kicked away. And Nurse will kill some time at center here with 6:30 to go in the period. Darnell Nurse flings it deep and out of play. We might have delay game penalty here. Maybe not. Might have gotten tipped. Jack Hughes' line has looked really good today. 2 goals. Fost has one of them. He's also got an assist. Hughes has an assist. So we had the under 6 timeout here. So the under 6 timeout here in the second period, which is the last period I'm doing today. Lindy Ruff, the Devils head coach, is 5th on the all-time list for most games ever coached. Joe Quenneville and Barry Trotz in there on the list. Joe Quenneville, obviously a former Blackhawks coach, won all those Stanley Cups. Nico Hischier, Connor McDavid have a center ice draw, won by Hischier. Devils send it deep. And they quickly try a shot that ends up getting tipped. Stays in play off the glass. And now we battle here on the near side corner. Nice play to win the puck. It goes in front, but ultimately could not get the shot away. However, that was due to a slashing penalty. It will be the first penalty of the period here. And the Devils will head on another power play. Their second of the day. Connor McDavid, the Oilers' top penalty killer, is going to go. He slashed. And now the Devils with a prime chance to break it open and possibly put this one away with their third unanswered goal. Mercer trying to get to the net for his second of the game, and he ended up getting slashed. Hamilton with Bratt, Bastian, Hischier, Hughes all out there on the ice right now. Hischier to take the draw against McLeod. It's a penalty kill. Face-off win by the Oilers. In the clear. This is the team that loves to stuff that slot in the PK and do the Oilers. They want to take away those lanes. Minute 45 remaining on the power play. Devils had their first goal of the game on their only power play. Here's Jack Hughes speeding through the middle. Didn't like what he saw, so he'll just take it on back. Now far side circle. Patient. High slot. One-timer stopped and held by Skinner. Good puck movement again. Story of the night for the Devils. Story of the season, too. Hamilton locked and loaded high slot, but just didn't want to really get the tipper, the aim that he wanted. 135 still in the man up. Hughes with 2 assists on the day. He's out there right now. Hischier will be kicked out of the draw. Hughes will come in to take it as he trades places with Hischier. Or no. Hughes actually isn't going to take it. Oilers win another one on the PK, but the pass fails to connect, and the Oilers grab it back. It comes behind the goal line where they bank it right back up top. Right wing point, and Hamilton sends it down. Far half wall. Bank back up. Hamilton. Far side circle. Surveys. Didn't like what he saw. Backhand. Hamilton. Stopped. Rebound loose. Circles in the far side corner. He's got Hughes left wing point. Hamilton. Hischier, his pass intended for Hughes, hit a skate and banks out of the zone. Halfway through the PK for the Oilers, Hamilton will start the attack through the logo. Hamilton tried to split the D. He ended up getting hip checked, and down to the ice he goes. Jesper Bratt out there. Jack Hughes, point. Hischier walks behind the back to Hughes. Bratt! He whiffed. Otherwise, he had an open net on the one-timer. Bratt trying for his second of the game, both on the power play that would have been. But he whiffed, and now with 35 seconds, the Oilers have to go track it back down. Hamilton's been out there the whole power play. One final man advantage rush. Here's Tatar. Tatar through the middle, skating vertically. His pass did not work out, and the Oilers bring it back to center. 20 seconds still left to kill, though. Not letting anything come easy for the Devils. Final 10 now. Long stretch pass connected momentarily. Maybe tried to get too fancy darting into the zone, and that will result in the penalty expiring. Both teams are at full strength with 4:05 to go in the period. Here's Haula with some room up the gut. Zetterman sends it down for Haula. Now Tatar knocks it down. In front, slid through the crease, nobody home. Zetterman from an off angle. I saved their Skinner. Draisaitl slows the play down for Hyman, and out of the zone come the Oilers. Nice little move at center. Allows the entry on the far side. Nice stick-handed. Allow for a backhand shot up and over the net. Thrown back in front. Or it's picked off there by the Devils. And then swung around far side board for Woods. He sends an Oiler to the ice. And now an arm goes up. As now the Devils will be shorthanded. The Oilers will go to a power play. And they will have a much-needed man advantage to possibly shift the momentum. Who's going as that? Wood's going to go. All right, yep. Wood's off to the box. That's Matthias Janmark. Janmark is on the Oilers? Oh, my gosh. He went from the Stars to the... Whoa! You just see what I just saw? My chair just completely just fell down. Gotta get back up. Jeez, Louise. Janmark was on the Stars and then the Blackhawks. Now he's on the Oilers. or then he was on Stars, Blackhawks, Knights, and now he's on the Oilers. He was like my least favorite player when he was on the Blackhawks in 2020. Oh my gosh. So when they come back from break, we will see ourselves with the Oilers on a power play, trailing by 2. Looking to get right back in this game. Well, what penalty do we have here? High sticking, Janmark. So that just hit him in the face mask. Wood high stick. That's a good call from the official, but that didn't even hit Janmark in the face. Just hit him right there in the visor. Still a high stick, though. Now, Hala, Marino, Bastian, and Seigenthaler out there on the PK for the Oilers, for the Devils, but the Oilers win the draw. Nugent Hopkins playing it up high. McDavid, Draisaitl all out there. Here's Nugent Hopkins along the half wall. Now down low. McDavid looking in front. It's loose, and it comes to the side of that where Draisaitl grabs it on back. Draisaitl near side circle. Now McDavid surveys, brings it to the slot. McDavid looking for Draisaitl. What a right to left slide by Vanacek with a great stop as, again, the Devils stacking on that penalty kill with that diamond shape. Here's McDavid, head of steam from Barrie. McDavid chip and chase. Nice play. McDavid spins, drops it up high. Barrie backhands over. Still got Nugent Hopkins. Now back for Barrie. Here's McDavid. Back for Draisaitl. Got tipped in the slot with that diamond of by the Devils. Here they will reform that diamond. Draisaitl out of the corner. McDavid had nowhere to go in front. Barrie. McDavid, far side circle. McDavid shot it. Saved, and that broke a stick of Seigenthaler, it looked like. McDavid got so much on the shot, it broke a stick in front. 55 seconds on the power play. McDavid's just all over the ice. Draisaitl and McDavid each out there for almost 2 minutes currently at the moment. Draisaitl will take the face-off. Oilers with 55 seconds till a power play time. 2:21 to play in the second. Bastian will take the draw for the Devils. He lost it. Draisaitl wins it. Up high it goes. Devils form the diamond. Here's McDavid. At the point, here's Barrie. Back for McDavid. It fell off his stick before he could shoot it, but McDavid taking it back towards the front of the net. Goes behind it now. McDavid stole the puck from Pulvillier and now throws it in front. Pulvillier was there whacking at it, but ultimately not too dangerous. As Polak will head all the way back down to grab it. Nice outlet, McDavid near side. McDavid surveys. Here's Draisaitl. McDavid in front! What a save made by Vanacek. Oilers keep the pressure on. From the high slot, he let it go. Just whistles wide. Puck finds Draisaitl again. Then, what a keep momentarily. Now it's swept out. Penalty over, both teams full strength. What a penalty kill by the Devils to keep their 2-goal lead. Shortly after the penalty expires, Nugent Hopkins attacks. Far side corner, looking back in front. What a job to pick the pass off by Wood freshly out of the box. He'll take the puck all the way to the other side of the ice. Wood threw it in front. Nobody home yet. And now with a minute 10 seconds to go. Here in the second period, the Oilers look to just grab some back. Any momentum that they had lost in the second period. The Devils have scored 2 goals in this period. Here's Hamilton. Nice little passing play through the neutral zone. Hughes put it deep. Hughes back on it now. Sends it to the corner. Tatar rings it around the glass. Bratt, quick shot. Quicker save made. 40 seconds in the period. Backhanded out of the zone. Hughes back on it momentarily. Ultimately could not handle it, and the puck ends up flying into the Edmonton bench. And that actually hit the backup goalie, Campbell, in the face. So he's going to go back to the room. As that puck that went out onto the bench ended up hitting Jack Campbell right in the nose, and based on what happened, his nose started bleeding right away since he was covering it. Yeah, it got tipped right up into his face. How about that? .2 seconds to go in the second period. Final minutes here on the stream. Neutral zone face-off here. Just kicked free of the Devils. They're going to get a 4-goal lead. But they ice it here. Vanacek, another nice night for the Devils. He's been great for them. Third string, still playing really well. Draisaitl against McLeod here. Final 25 seconds of the period. Offensive zone here for the Oilers. Linesman refuses to drop the puck. Now he does. Oilers, Draisaitl can't quite win it. Clear goes to the Devils. They're going to get maybe one last look in the final 15. Oh, another goalie turnover, and they almost score. But at the last second, McDavid, nice play. He leads the charge now. Draisaitl waits, centers, shoots. Blocked in the final 3 seconds, and the period's going to come to an end. What an end to the period at that. The Devils, with their 12-game winning streak on the line, are going to carry a 2-goal lead to the third. This team's unbelievable. And what a game we have. 3-1, Devils lead through 40 minutes. And I'm signing off today. I don't know when I'll be back, but thanks for sticking around for me tonight. Goodbye, everybody.